Welcome back to episode 4 of Out of 100 Attraction Showdown. Each week we will feature an attraction from the Walt Disney World Resort and look at 5 specific categories, including the queue line, cast member costuming and demeanor, attraction animatronics and set pieces, overall experience, and must-do factor. Each attraction will be ranked out of a score of 100 points, 20 for every category, and tiered against each other in the coming weeks. Be sure to comment below with your ranking of each category of this week's featured attraction, as this video will be 100% opinionated. This week, we will be looking at Animal Kingdom's very own, the Na'vi River Journey. Thanks to the helmsman, a contributor and part owner of the DisNerdz, for his recommendation to do Na'vi River Journey this week. Remember, if you have a recommendation for a certain attraction, be sure to include it in your comment below. As a side note, the Na'vi River Journey opened on May 27, 2017 with the opening of the brand new land Pandora, World of Avatar, at Disney's Animal Kingdom. This attraction features one of the most intricate animatronics in Disney history. The queue line for the Na'vi River Journey, although not as unique as Flight of Passage, still boasts some incredible views of Animal Kingdom's new land, Pandora, World of Avatar. Not only does the queue line for this attraction wind itself through Pandora, but it also allows you to explore the flora of this new area. Pandora's plant life is unique and there's always something new to be found within the queue. It also allows you to get up close and personal with the floating mountains above the guests who are waiting anxiously. The end of the queue zigzags you back and forth like a normal carnival queue line under what is to be a roof-like, handmade structure by the Na'vi people. Since the queue line is entwined throughout the new land, and the land is less than a year old from the recording of this video, wait times can vary depending on the time of day. We can see a wait time anywhere from 60 minutes all the way up to 200 minutes, but this is expected from a new attraction within the Walt Disney World property. With all this in mind, I'm going to give the Na'vi River Journey queue line a solid 18 out of 20. The amount of detail in the final loading area and the entire queue really is absolutely breathtaking. Much like our Spaceship Earth video, relatively speaking, the cast members in the Na'vi River Journey don't exactly interact with you as much as some highly involved attractions such as the Great Movie Ride, Jungle Cruise, etc. That being said, we can base this category on their costumes and apparel, which in and of itself tells a story. As we see their costume here, it seems as though they are explorers of some sort. Upon closer review of the apparel, it is obvious to see how much detail Disney put into their costumes for this land. The colors are symbolic of the blues that one would see amongst the Na'vi people. The right side of the polo is engraved with the ACE logo. ACE, which stands for the Alpha Centauri Expeditions, is the company that is funding the human exploration of the Valley of Mo'ara, which is the specific site that we are visiting on Pandora. They also add in another depth of the story in the costume with the cast members' name tags. Much like Epcot's World Showcase, where the CM's specific language is listed or when a CM is earning their ears, some of the Na'vi River Journey CMs also have a tag that says Numeyu, which in the Na'vi language means student or one who learns. To me, this is the cherry added on top of their costuming. Let's give the overall CM costuming a 17 out of 20, mainly due to the story the costuming itself tells before you even reach the main attraction. The set pieces within the Na'vi River Journey are some of the resort's best. The entire ride is lit amongst black light, and it truly has to be ridden more than once to notice everything that it encompasses. The use of projection mapping and screens throughout the ride, as well as practical and actual effects, make the attraction flow seamlessly down a Na'vi River. You get to see the different types of flora and fauna, including dire horses, viper wolves, hexapedes, and a fan favorite, the fan lizards, which can be seen swirling in midair above guests as they cruise by on their boat. The creme de la creme comes right at the end of the ride, which is sad really, when guests are greeted to the Shaman of Songs. The Shaman is the most complicated and intricate animatronic that Walt Disney Imagineering has ever developed. The animatronic itself is extremely lifelike, with no pauses or stutters whatsoever, which allow it to move gracefully amongst its spot. Guests will have to take a double look when approaching the Shaman to ensure that it is not an actor and that it is an animatronic. The Na'vi River Journey earns a 20 out of 20 for its animatronic and set pieces. Heck, I'd even give it a 20 out of 20 for the one animatronic alone, but the set pieces really put it on a whole nother level compared to other rides on the property. The ride itself boasts some amazing effects and the most intricate animatronic on property. Another plus for the experience on this ride is the ride's scent. It may seem weird and unusual, but Disney does an excellent job of creating and pumping scents into certain sections of rides or areas of the park to give you that nostalgic feeling every time you smell that certain scent. For example, the Fall of Rome and Spaceship Earth, the Main Street Bakery, and the different scents that are used to surround the guests on Soarin' Around the World at Epcot. Let's call the specific scent you smell in the Na'vi River Journey the Pandora scent, because spoiler alert, it is used used in Flight of Passage and just generally throughout the Valley of Moara. It is a one-of-a-kind scent that you can only smell when visiting Pandora, the world of Avatar. Overall, I'd give the Na'vi River Journey experience a 17 out of 20. Putting together all three of the prior rankings of characteristics gives us a pretty good insight into the strong outing for the Na'vi River Journey's overall experience rank. As for must-do factor, I would consider must-do factor a main ingredient in any Walt Disney World attraction. By this category, I'm expressing certain questions. Does this ride make you want to ride it over and over again? Is this a ride you absolutely have to do when on a Walt Disney World vacation? Let me start off by saying that if you have not ridden this attraction yet, then make sure you do so to get it out of your system. It is a must-do for anyone who has not ridden it, but other than that, it is a one-and-done deal for me. I know earlier I said that the ride should be ridden multiple times to take everything in and recognize new things, but this should be taken lightly. This ride seems to be extremely short in comparison to other Walt Disney World boat rides. It seems as though they took all of the money they were going to use in this attraction and put it into the Shaman of Songs animatronic, and that was it. If this attraction was a little longer and featured more animatronics of the same caliber as the Shaman, and don't tell me they don't have the money because they recently just increased ticket prices and are now making guests pay for parking at their own resorts, then this ride would be 1,000 times better. I may be cynical when it comes to this ranking, but compared to the wait times that this attraction boasts versus how long the ride actually is just mind-blowing to me. I'm going to give the must-do factor for the Na'vi River Journey a 13 out of 20. Fast pass this attraction once on your trip, and that's all that needs to be done with it. That leaves us with an overall rating of 85 out of 100 for the Na'vi River Journey. Be sure to comment below with your own overall ranking of each category for the Na'vi River Journey, as well as a suggestion for next week's attraction on our next episode of Out of 100, Attraction Showdown. Taking a look back at last week's episode of Out of 100 Attraction Showdown, viewers gave Spaceship Earth an average of 86 out of 100 overall, which was within range of my ranking. I will begin to feature the top 5 Hall of Fame at the end of this episode, featuring the viewers' ranking from the previous episode, so be sure to comment with your overall ranking for this week's attraction, as well as a recommendation for next week's attraction. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe for great new content coming soon. Thanks.